There's a quiet shift happening in crypto right now. Not a crash, not a rally, not a headline screaming for attention. It's quieter than that. For years, crypto moved to the rhythm of personalities. Founders, influencers, politicians, billionaires with microphones. One tweet could move markets. One speech could ignite hope or fear. But recently, something feels different. The noise is still there, but it's losing its power. And when Animoca Brands co-founder Yat Siu says that crypto's political hype phase is fading, he's not announcing a victory. He's describing a transition, a moment where attention shifts away from who is speaking and toward what is actually being built. So the question is this: if crypto is no longer being driven by personalities and political hype, what is driving it now? And more importantly, what does that mean for the people quietly watching from the sidelines? Let's slow down and look closely. To understand this moment, we have to remember where crypto has been. Crypto didn't start as a political movement. It started as a technical one. Early Bitcoin discussions were about code, decentralization, and trust without intermediaries. They happened in forums, not on stages. But as crypto grew, it attracted attention, then money, then power. And with power came politics. Governments debated regulation. Politicians made speeches, some praising innovation, others warning of danger. Crypto became a talking point in elections, hearings, and global policy debates. At the same time, personalities emerged inside the industry itself. Charismatic founders, visionary CEOs, loud evangelists. Some inspired genuine belief, others fueled speculation. And for a long time, markets followed those voices. But hype has a shelf life. When expectations rise faster than real-world usage, trust begins to strain. When narratives change every week, people grow cautious. That's the environment crypto has been moving through. And now, according to Yat Siu, that phase is ending, not collapsing, ending. Online, reactions are mixed. Some see this shift as a warning sign. They worry that without hype, crypto loses momentum, that fewer headlines mean fewer users. Others see it as a relief. They're tired of drama-driven cycles, tired of prices swinging on sound bites instead of substance. You'll see posts claiming crypto is becoming boring. You'll also see claims that regulation is killing innovation. And on the opposite side, claims that regulation is finally saving it. There's fear, too. Fear that governments will take control. Fear that decentralization is being diluted. Fear that the original vision is being compromised. These emotions are real. They come from years of uncertainty, rapid change, and broken trust. But emotions don't always reflect reality, so let's separate the noise from what's actually happening. What Yat Siu is describing isn't an ending, it's a maturation. Crypto is moving from a phase of attention to a phase of utility. Instead of asking who is promoting this, the question is becoming who is using this and why. Infrastructure is improving quietly. Wallets are becoming easier to use. Blockchain systems are getting faster, cheaper, and more reliable. None of this makes headlines the way scandals do, but it's what real users notice. At the same time, regulation is no longer just talk. Frameworks are forming, rules are being clarified. Institutions now know what is allowed, what is restricted, and what is expected. This doesn't remove risk, but it reduces uncertainty. Think of it like building roads. Early crypto was like off-road exploration, exciting, dangerous, unpredictable. Now, lanes are being painted, traffic signs are going up. That doesn't kill the journey, it makes it usable for more people. And this is where real adoption begins, not when everyone is shouting, but when systems work quietly in the background. What many people miss is this: hype was never the foundation, it was the amplifier. The foundation is infrastructure, governance, and trust. When political hype fades, it creates space. Space for builders, space for users who don't care about ideology, only function. Another overlooked detail is who is paying attention now. Not influencers, not speculative traders, but companies integrating blockchain into supply chains. Artists using digital ownership tools without calling it crypto. Gamers interacting with tokenized assets without thinking about wallets. Crypto is becoming invisible, and paradoxically, that's when technologies succeed. Email didn't win because people talked about protocols. It won because it worked. That's the phase crypto is quietly entering, and it doesn't look dramatic. It looks ordinary. In the short term, this transition can feel underwhelming. Fewer viral moments, less explosive narratives. But long term, it's stabilizing. Markets guided by usage tend to move slower, but more sustainably. Projects grounded in regulation are easier to trust, even if they grow quietly. This doesn't mean every project will survive. It means survival will depend less on storytelling and more on delivery. Crypto isn't disappearing, it's integrating. And that's harder to notice, but more meaningful. So when Yat Siu says the political hype phase is fading, he's not announcing a victory. He's describing a transition. Crypto is stepping out of the spotlight and into the infrastructure layer of the digital world. Less noise, more work. And for viewers watching this unfold, the most important thing isn't to chase excitement, it's to observe carefully. Because real change rarely announces itself loudly. Sometimes it arrives quietly and only becomes obvious once it's already everywhere. That's where crypto is now. Not louder, just clearer. And that clarity may matter more than hype ever did.